Today you are going to learn Gann's square of 9 and square of 12 principle. This principle of Gann's square of 9 or square of 12 you can utilize for making intraday trade decisions, you can utilize for making BTST trade decisions, you can also utilize this principle for deriving any investment decisions. So this is a independent technique like your Fibonacci technique. This is also a independent technique, and this technique has a great potentiality to guide you in the trade forecast. And there are two approaches of this study you are going to learn. One is a static approach, another is a dynamic approach. So dynamic approach is the sole innovation of smart finance, and the static approach, which is the original study given by W.D. Gann. So here, whenever we talk about square of 9 or square of 12, so W.D. Gann has done a study of the numbers. So these numbers he has arranged in different geometrical configurations or geometrical shapes, and after arranging those numbers in the different geometrical shapes, he found out that the numbers are related to each other through one degree relationship or geometrical relationship. So that relationship of geometry of the numbers is known as your square of 9 or square of 12 principle. So when I talk about the square of 9, means he has arranged 9 into 9, 81 numbers in a geometrical spiral. Whenever I will tell you about the square of 12, so 12 into 12, so 144 numbers are arranged in the geometrical spiral. 144. So why this spiral is being taken? Why these numbers are not being arranged in a line? Why they have not arranged in any other format? Why in a spiral is being taken? So the basic theme of Gann's study, W.D. Gann's study, he said that this entire universe follow one particular geometrical logic. This entire universe, including the human mindset, including the planetary configuration, everything follows one geometrical configuration. So how he has validated these things? How we can say that this entire universe follow one geometrical configuration that is very much present in the nature itself. You have 12 months in a year and 7 days in a week. So if you will be observing during these 12 months, month from December or November to November, December is winter. So you can say from the day the universe is being created, or from the day the earth is being created, though those times it was not documented or it was not properly studied, but the winter season in the earth in a particular geography falls in a particular month. You cannot say in India this year 2015 winter will come in December and 2017 that the winter will come in the month of May. So this itself, the geography or the earth itself follows a particular constant geometrical movement around the earth, around the sun or the solar system, which is elliptical in nature. So this geometry of elliptical journey of earth around the sun changes these seasonal patterns, and these seasonal patterns constantly occur in a particular month. Rainy season comes in a particular month, winter season comes in a particular month. spring comes in a particular month. So the Earth object Earth follows a proper geometrical orbit. Similar way, other planets also follows the proper geometrical orbit. If they will not follow a proper geometrical orbit, then that will be a dashing event. Means tomorrow if they will not follow one proper orbit, same orbit again and again, you will find out that Earth and Mars will dash with each other. So though in such events nobody will be survived to document those events and tell you in future, however, such kind of events very remote possibility, or it is a near never possibility, so it never happens. So this concept of universe proves that the objects in universe follow a proper geometrical orbit. So that geometrical orbit may be elliptical in nature, may be circular in nature, maybe it is rectangular in nature. So this follows a proper geometrical orbit. So our ancestors, those who have developed the pyramid, those who have developed the temple architecture, they also followed a particular geometrical configuration for the base formation, and then you stand on that. So we follow the geometrical configuration in every aspect of our life, which was the conclusion derived by W.D. Gann. Hence he said that capital markets price movement also will follow a geometrical path or geometrical nature. So he has arranged this number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like in this in a rectangular spiral. So after arranging these numbers in the rectangular spiral, so he has concluded the numbers which is falling on the horizontal and vertical cardinal lines. This is the horizontal and vertical cardinal lines, or the numbers which is falling on the axis of this one. So this corner cardinal lines, these lines are going to be the important resistances and supports. This is one relationship. Second relationship he has derived. Second relationship he has derived that these numbers, square of 9 numbers, also follow one geometrical relationship with each other. Like number 15 is 180 degree above the number 8. So number 8 in the lower spiral, 180 degree above this one, the number 15 present. So he has given you one good formula wherein the lower number or the higher number will be derived from the lower number. So square root of 8 added with the degree factor, and if you take the whole square of this entire result, so then you will get one number 15. So square root of 8 added with degree factor. What is the 180 degree factor? That is 1. So 180 degree factor we will consider as 1, and from there we will be deriving this relationship. So if I will say that any number which is 45 degree above number 8, so you will be taking square root of 8 added with 45 divided by 180, which will be 0.25 the degree factor, and whole square it. If I tell number which is 30 degree above number 8, so you will be taking the square root of 8 adding with the 30 degree factor. So 30 divided by 180 you have to make it. So whatever the factor comes, that factor need to be added with square root of 8, and the net result will be double multiply, or the net result will be taken the square. So this is how you will be calculating the higher numbers. So similar way, the lower numbers in the Gann arithmetic will be calculated from the number, subtract the degree factor, and the net result has to be taken the square. So whenever I am talking about degree factor, 180 degree is considered as a factor 1, and from here onwards all those calculation starts. 30 degree tell means 1 divided by 180 into 30. So whatever number you are getting, that is the 30 degree factor. This is one relationship of one number with another number through some angular relationship, 30 degree, 40 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, like this way. Another also, one more very interesting thing he has developed. So 180 degree is equal to 1. This one relationship you have understood. So 1 is a number, 180 is the degree. So this is one relationship. Similar way, you have one more relationship of the degree and time. 1 degree equal to 4 minutes. So this is a arithmetic relationship you have with the degree and minute. So all these things, whatever I am telling, this all are the 6th or 7th standard mathematics. 1 degree equal to 4 minutes is not being told by the Gann. It is also a fact in all your elementary mathematics. 180 degree is considered as a 1. This is also a part of the elementary mathematics. So 1 degree equal to 4 minutes. So degree, the purpose here is the degree and the time is having one relationship. Degree and number is having one relationship. So if you see, your degree is the father and it has two children. One is a time is one children and another is a number which is another children. So degree is the father of both the things. One is a number which represents your price, another is a time which represents your time. So degree has a relationship. For that reason only, degree is being taken as a component in the Gann study. None of the technical study except W.D. Gann has considered degree is a important parameter for your price time analysis. None of the study. That's why it is entirely different. So whenever he arranges these numbers, then he is telling that numbers in 180 degree line acts as a major resistance. So here onwards we have to start. So here is the 0 degree from 1 exactly at the top roof of this one. So it is 180 degree we used to start. So 0. So here from the 0 degree we will be going from this side. So this is coming to means 90 degree. So this is 180 degree. If you will be taking the 0 from here, then it is 225 degree and 360. So 0 and 360 lies here. So this kind of relationship of the numbers, when it is arranged in a spiral, it is known as your square of 9. Means 9 verticals, 9 rows and 9 columns, and you have to arrange the numbers in a spiral way. So spiral is not the only one model W.D. Gann has given. He has also given hexagonal model. He has also given triangular model. He has also given pyramid model. So many models he has given. However, many of those models it's difficult to understand, and many people, those who have followed the W.D. Gann's concept in the future era, they fail to understand many models. So in my study, I have understood the square of 9, square of 12 and hexagon model. However, many fail to, I failed to understand the pyramid model. I failed to understand square of 56 and square of 14 model. So these are the models I failed to understand. Same way, many literatures will be moving around the web wherein you can say those models also many have never understood that particular concept in its original essence. So now to start with this square of 9, you need a step, you need a seed number. Suppose if you are taking seed number as 0 and seed number as 0 and step as 1. So you will be starting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and it will be ending at 80. Suppose if you are starting the seed number as 1, you will be getting another level. Suppose if you are getting the numbers as 1000, you will get another level. So here Seed number is nothing the number, it is the number from where you will start your study. So price will be at a particular number, price will not be at 0. Suppose you cannot say that I will start the counting of the Nifty from 0. Nifty is at 8,000 and odd, so it is not 0. So price will be, or price at the present situation will be at a particular step, and from there you have to start your construction of this number. So suppose this is, so that number from where you will start your calculation is known as your seed number. Then the step. So you have to develop 81 numbers from a seed number. So you need to develop a step. So here in the mathematics of our trend analysis, we have a high, and we have a low. So if I take the current Nifty high, suppose it has gone to 8096 and you have 8167. So this is the level you have got. So if I take the difference between this high and low, I will derive at a figure of 71. So I have to construct 81 numbers with a gap of 71 points starting from a low or starting from a high. So this is what I have to do for my trade forecast. I have to construct 81 numbers with one price range of 71 points by taking the low or high. So when I will take the low, I will be derive different resistances, and when I will derive it from the high, I will be deriving it from a different supports. So for that, suppose if I will take this low and 81 numbers I want, so what will be the step? 71 divided by 81, so the step is 0.88. So 0.88 is the step and the number is 8096. So this number, if I will take 8096 from here, if I will start constructing my Gann wheel or Gann square of 9 wheel, so I will get all these numbers, different numbers I will be getting here. So once I will get these numbers, now my next step is where I should purchase, what will be my stop loss, and what are the targets I can expect. So here our Gann square of 9 wheels play a very important role. So here Gans rule comes into picture. So what does the Gans rule says here? Whenever price enters to the third spiral ending point, that time you should buy it with a stop loss of the seed number. So what is the third spiral? So this is the original spiral 8096 from where you have started. This is the first. So this is the second spiral. So third spiral starts at 8118. So this point you think of purchasing, keeping a stop loss of 8096, and your final targets will be 8166. But in between you may find out the resistances at, so if you just join these cardinals, you will get the resistances. So from here, if you are buying, so you will be finding out your first resistance at 8122, followed with, it will go to the vertical cardinal 8125, followed with 8130, followed with, it will be 36 and 38, and followed with same order, it will go in the 42, 45 and all. So this is how W.D. Gann has told to understand the spiral and take a trade on that. So this is a static principle. When you are taking a difference between a high and a low and deriving a step and constructing the wheel. Same concept when you will do in terms of your dynamic concept. So what I am telling here, instead of taking the high and low difference at this one, you consider the volatility and you consider from what is the price range expected as per the volatility. So this price range 71 you change as per the volatility estimate, remaining calculations are same. Only the price range what you are taking from a high and low difference, instead of that take the price range from the expected volatility. Once you change this one, it is dynamic and it improves the Gann's square of 9's success to manifold. So this is how the dynamic principle of Gann square of 9 holds good. Similar way we have Gann square of 12 also. So whenever you are going for Gann square of 12 principle, the same numbers need to be arranged in a vertical order. So same numbers need to be arranged in a vertical order. Means first number, whatever the seed you are getting, seed means the what is the range you will be expect, on that range you have to divide it by 144. Next number will be placed below that, very next will be placed below that, like that way you have to derive the 12 numbers, and 12 12 12 like that you have to place, and you have to see only the diagonal cardinal numbers, or the diagonal numbers are your point of interest, and in this diagonal numbers whatever is your point of interest, the third number which is falling on the diagonal will be considered as an entry point of your buying or selling. And when you derive these things from a low added with all those higher numbers you create, so you will derive a price point wherein you will purchase, and whenever you are taking it for sell decision, that time you have to derive it from a higher number. So from a higher number you derive the sell decisions, and whenever you are deriving the buy decisions you have to derive it from a lower number. So this is how you construct the square of 12 principle. So this square of 9 and square of 12 principle, when to use these two principles. Square of 12 is highly effective if you are having a volatility beyond 15%, and square of 9 will be highly effective when the volatility will be lesser. Means you can say lesser will be the volatility, square of 9 will work, higher the volatility, the square of 9 will work, square of 9 will work in the lower the volatility, square of 12 will work in the higher the volatility. In the pricing terms, if you want to understand, if you do not want to take that high volatility and low volatility scenario, pricing terms, if you see, if there is a high and low you have been created which is in the 7 to 15% range, so or less than 7% range, then square of 9 you can use. In case of a very high gap up or gap down, then you should consider the square of 12. And this square of 9 principle works well in extreme low volatility condition also. Extreme low volatility condition also it works well. And this static principle of square of 9 and square of 12 works well in your positional trade, means where longer term periods you are taking, or this static principle also works for your trend forecast. However, whenever you are going to do any intraday trade or BTST trade, buy today sell tomorrow trade, then this static principle is little less accurate. Henceforth you have to follow the, for greater accuracy you have to follow the dynamic principle. The difference between the dynamic principle and static principle is the steps, the price point which is being considered for calculation of your steps. In static principle it is being taken as the high and low difference. In dynamic principle the price range which is being taken for step calculation is from the volatility. So that is the basic difference. So besides this Gann study starts from your square of 9 and square of 12. Just arrangement of numbers in different geometrical configurations, squares, hexagons, circles. So you just arrange the numbers in a predefined Gann rule is there, and based on that you should take a call. So that is the first study of WD Gann. Gann also has other studies where you are directly studying those angular principles. Gann angle principle, squaring relationship means at when the price, because as I told you, price and time are related to degree. So there is a squaring relationship will happen, means when the high has happened, how much time has elapsed and what was the time relationship with the degree that time. So that reference if you can take and project the price, then you can say that it is a squaring relationship. When price and time moved in the same degree line, means when they prove themselves that they are belonging to one parent. So that is known as your squaring principle. Then you have a principle called master time principle, which speaks that the event which has occurred now, after what duration that same event is going to reoccur. Suppose one high has happened, after what duration of time the similar kind of one high will be occurred, or now one low has happened and what duration of time another low is expected. So that will you will be learning from this master time principle. Then there is a principle called Gann Astro principle, where is he has told about the solar angles, lunar angles. So based on those principle also you can able to do some forecast. It is little difficult. Then you have gone for a Gann hexagon principle, midpoint principle, Gann zero angle principle. So these are the principles is again based on the geometrical, complex geometrical objects like hexagon, like pyramids, like triangles. So complex geometrical principles are there. So this entire thing completes your Gann study. So square of 12 whenever you calculate, so you have to take the number of price, say same 71 what we have seen in case of Nifty, and divided by 144. So this will be your step. So this is how Gann's entire study is being arranged. And this particular study, if you, and many rumors used to go around the web, many fancy talks used to go around the web saying that Gann has done this, done that, has some miracles and has some miraculous tricks to win the market. It is nothing like that. He has given certain principles for projection of the price and time, which is unique in nature, which is distinct in its nature. So here the time study also very extensive in the Gann's study. None of the study other than WD Gann study has considered time as a very important component, and most of the studies has also, complex Gann studies has focused more on the timing part. If this event we are expecting, at what duration, what is the probable time we should get this particular event. So these are the studies of the Gann. So more about this Gann study you can find out on my book on Gann's method, wherein 34 intraday trading techniques exclusively is being given. I have taken 1.5 hours to 2 hours presentation on the Gann's Astro study. I have also extensively described your Gann's price squaring actions, Gann's master time principle. So all these things I have extensively described in that. Certain things like Gann chart, or different charting techniques like the chart what you are seeing in your technical analysis softwares are the semi-log charts. Similar way, more than some 3000 different charting techniques also he has been advocating. So those things I have not taken. So which are the concept I understood well, which are the concept I was able to test in the Indian market, and which has proved itself, those concepts only I have authored in this book. So this comes with this thing, and using the same Gann's concept also we have devised a good software wherein all the Gann's concept of Gann's trend finding, square of 9, square of 12, all these concepts we have taken. And recently also we have come with the Gann angle and volatility. Using that same concept, we have also devised a very fantastic software, GAV software, Gann angle and volatility software, and many traders around the globe, they have tested it, this concept, and they have also given their very good feedbacks on this. This is standing on the Gann's angle and volatility. These two techniques together we have infused and we have just developed this particular software. So this is all about the Gann study, or Gann square of 9 principle and square of 12 principle. One more principle of Gann angle I am going to take in the future session. If you have, you can just call to our sales number, they will explain. And if you have any query associated with this particular subject, you can feel free to post it in the chat box. Concept of Gann angle and volatility, it first calculates your uptrend cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 3. Then it gives you a reference point from where it has started its calculation. So it tells that your price may be within this target 1 and target 2 of the uptrend. So and it recommends you to buy. Once you buy at this particular uptrend cycle 1, as it is visible in your screen, you must keep your downtrend cycle 1's entry point 17,535 in this particular case of Bank Nifty as your stop loss, and your first achievement will be 17,640. Beyond that, if it crosses, so there will be a 15 point of a gray area where you cannot decide a trend. Once it crosses that 655, it will enter to the second cycle. So once you enter to the second cycle, then you have to recalculate and get that sell, means stop loss for the second cycle here. Once the price enters to the second cycle, you have to recalculate and see the stop loss figure for that. So each time it enters to different cycle, its stop loss, exactly opposite cycle's entry point will be your stop loss. This is how you should trade in the GAV software. There is a question how we can using the GAV software asked by Mr. G. Kumar. I have just explained the same.